Hi guys, Rachel from Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I thought today I would kind of just take you along with me as I'm doing some work, kind of in the middle of something. I'm a little sick. I'm kind of recovering still from COVID, but I wanted to get a little bit more done. It seems like I might be going to be doing a craft show in October, and so I'm trying to get plenty of good stuff together to have for the show. And I've been working on this Christmas journal. It's a little bit of a different size. It's an envelope journal. You might have seen, I showed in my last video how to put together the structure for one of these. And actually, I have not even done my back closure yet, and I put my paper over it already, and that was dumb. And so this is maybe a good time. I'm making a lot of mistakes because my brain isn't working quite as well as it normally does. So this is maybe a good way to show you how to fix mistakes. But fortunately, I have another piece of paper of the same kind, so all I'm gonna do is cut it to the proper size. So you can see I was just working on, I made another mistake here with this one. So I put inked fingerprints. So I have the duplicate of this one. I'm gonna cut that one down to size. I'm gonna cut this one down to size too, so that I can fix that, put some kind of a closure on the back there, and still cover it up with paper. I've been making a lot of mistakes lately, I think, just because I'm not quite 100% of my health. But I super duper love this little Fiskars cutter guy because it has been such a humongous help for me. This makes straight cutting so nice and easy, although my marks aren't showing up in the same place. I'm not much for precision if you listen to a lot of my other videos, and that is kind of what I was having to remind myself of today. I wanted to keep filming, but I was feeling a little bit like, oh my god, I don't have anything ready. I just screwed up a lot of things with the last video that I did, and I had to remind myself that when I set out and started doing this, I was determined. It is really hard to see that mark on the dark background. As soon as I put it up there, I can't see it. Just that I was needing to remind myself that I started this stuff kind of thinking, I really like watching people on YouTube and learning from people who are creators who are pretty chill. I watch Hai Ying and Pam from the Paper Outpost, and Hai Ying does these just kind of chill blah 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 videos where she just talks or she takes you around the museum. And Pam over the Paper Outpost does a lot of crafting videos, junk journaling. I learned how to coffee dye papers from her. And they're both just very chill. It's not about get this or that thing perfectly right. It's nice to just kind of hang out with somebody who's showing you something, who's talking to you about her day, different things like that. And so I thought I would just do a little chill video like that today while I work. And I'll just walk you through some of the things I'm doing. And if you learn something, great. And if you just listen to this video for a little bit while you have a cup of tea, or as you're trying to fall asleep, that's okay too. I'm just here doing my thing. So I'm inking my edges. In this case, I like this Ranger Archival ink in sepia. I'm inking everything up. I've made the base of my journal. This is an experiment because it's a different size than what I normally make, so it's not something I've done a million times. It's a new deal for me. But I've cut up my papers. We want to put our closure on. Here's the thing, this is Christmassy, and I don't really have a Christmassy closure. I'm actually kind of running low. I've been using these twine, different kinds of twine, and I'm running low. So I have bee ribbon that doesn't really fit the theme. It'd be nice to have something to fit the theme. Maybe, you know what? In my first envelope journals that I was doing, I used sparkly ribbon as a closure, and that might be the way to go here. Whoa. Look at that pile. I can't even find the end. Oh no, I'm pulling it off the wheel in the gold. I don't think I want the gold in my suit. All right, now I just need a really big mess. Okay, this is crafting. Crafting life. So what do we think looks better here? So we've got these, this is our cover, and this is our back, and I think I immediately lean toward this one. I like that. I like that look. And that's kind of, you know, holiday feeling, right? Christmassy with the sparklies, but we're tangled up with our silver too, so there we go. Okay, so let's fix this guy right up. This is our closure in our front, so I'll come to our back here and take some Fabri-Tac, and I think we'll go about there. Nice and glued, so it's not going to come off of there, hopefully ever. Gooey, gooey, gooey. My fingers are all sticky. That's the way we like it, right? Sticky fingers. Okay. So, that guy goes on there. How much do we need? We need to wrap around the guy, and then we want a little bit of hang. That's kind of nice. That's gonna clip it off right about here. Closure fixed. So, can put our page over the top. And I really don't know what I'm gonna do for pockets for this this journal, because like I don't really have ephemera or anything. Like I'm gonna have to figure out what to put with it. I can make tags, I guess, out of some of these guys. I have good, have this awesome big old tag punch. Maybe I'll put together I might want to make some of my own designs to go along with this too. This is kind of the problem for me, is that I end up doing that. These are cute papers though, aren't they? I just don't really have anything to go with them. Just thinking if I want to put something on the back of this. And then punch it as a tag, because that'll be easier than trying to recut it later. I tend to like backgrounds that are fairly sparse, so that should you choose to, you can add to them. And my throat is not in great shape. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm gonna save that for later. Need to have a think about what I might want to put on the back of that. I'm just gonna glue it to it. Just for now, we've got these all ready to go. Take some scrap paper. This is actually a design of mine. I think it's in the Etsy shop already. Not totally positive. I made a lot of things that I haven't necessarily listed all of yet, but if you like printables for junk journaling, go check them out. Give it some Fabri-Tac. Cover this guy up. Mistaken guy. Yeah, I think I like it like this. A little bit. You never even know I screwed it up. Unless you watch this video. Very, very nice. It might actually be nicer because it's a little thicker, so it holds it a little bit. These envelopes that I used for this one are slightly flimsier than the ones I use normally, so it'd actually be good to have a second set there. So for this guy, I pulled out this fun little paper. Tack it up. And there we go. Or poke it. And actually, I need to check on this poor baby pocket because I have a tendency to screw these up and have to redo them. And this one was a little weird because I used the same envelopes that I used for my other journals, but they were a little too big, so I had to cut the sides, and that made the front of the pocket fall off, so I had to glue it back on. But I think we're good. Looking okay. Just gonna make a card of some kind to go in there. Gonna have to cut them down a little more. Normally I can just cut this sucker in half, and these, you know, goes along with the envelope, so it is hard to see right now. I guess I should turn more lights on or something. So like I said, I had to cut it down to fit this journal, so we'll just boop, give it a little boop right there. And that guy should fit, and then we'll give it some, oh, my pocket's a little too small. He's gonna have to get smaller, I think. You know. Just a little bit. Try and do and try and do. I might, because I had to glue that part back in, it's a little bit short. Unfortunately, this guy will be a little smaller, but that's okay. He'll be cuter. Oh, he'll be cuter as a result, right? Smaller is better. Yeah. Oh, he just barely fits now. Okay. He'll fit in there. I might want to trim him down a little here too, but I also made this a pocket in here too, so I need to make a little tag or something. I have to think about what I'm gonna do with the ephemera, or for ephemera for this. I'm gonna actually look in Canva, see what kind of cute designs I can find for Christmas. Look around a little for some other images for public domain or purchase. Okay, but let's get these guys on here where they belong. I think I was planning this guy here and this guy here. Because I usually do a pocket there, corner pocket there, and then I don't know, I could do it this way, I guess. Actually, I think I might like that better. I don't want to cover too much of this bottom design here. I'm just going to take a look at, probably make a much smaller pocket than that. Maybe like, I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna do it this way because I like that design and I'd like to see the whole house. Maybe add some Merry Christmas wishes or holiday wishes over here. Should be fun. Where did our scrap paper get off to? He's trying to run away. I swear, my craft desk eats things. It is very, very hungry for crafting materials. Anytime I really, really need a particular thing, it is lost somewhere in the abyss of my hungry craft desk. Sometimes I find it after I've already made a new version of it. You guys know how that goes, right? tea. That's a pretty, I really like these cute little fun gingerbready. I want to drink a cup of hot cocoa that looks like that. These gloves can go away. Just using my bone folder to make sure that's nice and sealed. Flat. That's very satisfying too, by the way. And here's our last page. I don't know if you can hear the glue. It might be if I had a better microphone, it might be nice and relaxing. That's not though. All right, so oops, I meant to not put a lot of glue on this side so that I didn't get it glued to the inside there and ruin the pocket. But I forgot, so I'm gonna have to be careful. It is hard, and kudos to the people who've been doing it for ages and ages, but it is hard to craft and talk at the same time. So like, I have a lot more empathy now for people who screw things up on video and they're like, oh, you know, I put it on upside down or whatever the thing is, because it's not as easy when you're trying to talk and craft at the same time. I find it tricky. I need to focus. I'm gonna kind of not push too hard on this end so that it doesn't glue. I don't want it to glue down to in here because that's where my nice little secret pocket will be. So, ooh, looking good, right? Our journal is beginning to come together. So what I still need, I'm gonna need a closure here, so I can do that. Got some already busted up cards that I use for this. I'm just gonna take my circle punch, take a couple of these. Now I've been doing 3 and then I've been doing a little guy too, but I think I'm gonna try with just 2 because my eyelets are not quite long enough. And I've been struggling with the eyelets not quite wanting to stay because it's just a little few too many layers for them to go through. I'm gonna get some brads and try out some brads too. But I really like the look of the eyelets on the closures. So I'm a bit partial to those. I didn't really need to put glue on both of these. That was silly. I'm used to doing 3 layers, so. Okay. There's our big guy. Make sure he's lined up. And then these 2 are gonna just get Fabri-Tac. Fingers are good gluing tools. Okay, and then what paper do we want to use on those against this little red guy? What do you guys think? We've got these. I think the snowmen are a little too. This could work. Well, actually, here's what we have to do. First, I'm forgetting. What I have to do first, actually, is decide what's going to go here. Kind of like that. So then that's going to depend, because the closure is going to go on top of that. So that could work too. I don't mind that. This is not really, I don't understand why this is included in this pack. I really don't like it. It's not very holiday themed. It's kind of weird. I don't want the same paper. This guy I think is a little too busy. We could do the stars again. I have this, nope, I don't like it. Santa Claus is cute. It's not enough of a contrast though. It's a little too close to the color that's on there. So I think we'll go with one of these. I like these two. Just like that one. I like how that answers to the blues in here. I'm gonna do that. So if that goes there, so let's get that on there. This is a new size of piece that I've never done before. So I don't have a template for it. It'll be a bit tricky to figure out because it's, here's what we're gonna do. A trusty pencil. Line this up with this edge here, even though here. Okay, because I'm gonna give it some air because I want some air when I put it on, and then I'm gonna cut it out like this. And that's gonna give me the shape. And then we'll work it a little after that. Actually, that was wrong. It's uneven, isn't it? Let's see. Do I have something I can use to tape it so that it will stay in place? Let me try that. These really don't matter which way they go. So I'm gonna try taping it. Get it straight, line it up. Tape it with washi tape. There. Now, that should be straight. Let's just put an X through this one so I know it's not that one that we want to use. Pull the washi tape off, hopefully without hurting anything. And there we go. Let us use the Fiskars for the straight part here because that is better than my cutting. Although it's a bit hard because it's not big enough to hold it. And actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at it again. This was the longer side, right? It's getting pretty good. It's really about the right size. Cut those off. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm just a little long. I just need to cut the same amount. Use this guy and see if I can get it straight along here like that. Okay, testy. I should actually I should save this. Pretty good. I like it. So I'm gonna save a template version of this on one of these pages so that I can do this again with these envelopes a little more easily. My template. that out later. Let's get this guy on here, and then we'll figure out what kind of thing to do on the closure, which paper to use for those circles. Oh, you know what? Look at me. I forgot. This is a serious problem for me. I'm gonna have to cut out something in the middle of, you know, getting going, and I'm ready to go, and cut it out and it's ready to go on, and I forget to ink my edges, which then looks weird. And then I've got to try to do it with some glue on my paper. I could cut out a new piece and do this over. I do have the paper for it, but I think this is okay. Still looks great. And what I'll do is, once it's on here, nice and tight, is just ink it up a little more on here, because that'll integrate it a little better. My pad, this pad is running out. I think I have another one in the drawer. I have to get it out because it's a little, that was very Minnesotan sounding. Did you hear that? I said out, almost like a Canadian. That's because I'm from Minnesota. I haven't lived there in a really, really long time. Some like 16 years, but still get a little bit of that accent. Okay, so that is pretty good. This guy needs some more ink. It's not looking inked over here. Why is my edge so weird? All right. Now, we're gonna put this guy on here. You know what we could do? Well, actually with this ribbon, I don't think that would work very well. What I was gonna say is I could do 2 of this size or 2 of this size. Would be cool too. And then you can wind in a figure 8, but this ribbon is kind of wide for that. It makes it kind of hard. So I think we'll just do 1. What paper do we like on this? I think that's kind of good, actually. I do wish, you know what? I wish there was a little bit more. I often wish this with various paper packs and kits and stuff. I like there to be like papers that are a little less busy, because when you have something that's busy like this, you kind of want to change that up. So maybe, in particular if you have 2 busies, but I don't know that it's gonna look great. I'm a little stumped with this kit. It's a bit hard about this, like, housey guy here. Housey guy. Let us take the housey guy. Yeah, I like that. A little window. That's awesome. Okay, pretty good. Maybe we get a little candy for this guy. Oh, I am loving that. That's darling. Okay, very good. Let's add those on there, and then I think I glued my paper here. Gonna add those on there and then call this video done. I need a break and some soup for dinner to help calm my crabby throat. So I'm gonna glue these two guys on here for my closure. A little bit of Fabri-Tac here too. And I'm just gonna leave them to dry for a little bit before I ink those up. Before I put them in there. And I'll try to come back on and show you guys when I put them in there. Okay, but that's the he doesn't want to stay still. Actually, usually put them, I have a big candle that I put them under when I let them dry, partly to help keep them from warping because it's nice, got a nice heavy base, but also so my craft dust doesn't eat them and I don't lose them. So that's the Christmas envelope journal, and this will eventually be in the shop when it's done. And I will let you know when that is. Thank you for watching, guys.